Hey guys, so today I will be doing a really big video. It's actually my first cooking actual, showing you guys every little step. There will probably be like 3 parts to the story if everything's in your way. I will be making 2 things actually today with the same mix. So first things first, we need to let me just check what size my pan is. It actually doesn't tell me. So, I'm going to set this for 350. Grandma, for the oven, do you press bake or bake time? Okay. So I'm just going to turn on the oven to 350.
Put on 350.
Yep.
Make sure there's nothing in the oven.
I already took all the stuff out. Okay, spraying my pan with the Bakes Joy. Sorry. Kind of just up on the air. Wiping down the crier. And I kind of like to get the edges so the cake's more easier to get out of the pan precisely. Now taking the mix that I have here. This is the Devil's Food Cake, if you guys didn't already know. And I'm actually going to do a little twist on this, so just stay tuned for that. Because I like mixing up cake batters. So, not anything really big. It's 10 in the baking. Taking a fork or anything like a butter knife would work too. Just to kind of get all the lumps out. It's a lot more easier to work with, and just to get the big lumps out. Taking some olive oil. Yes, olive oil. We will be needing a half cup, it calls for. So taking a half a cup of olive oil, kind of just setting my cup. This is actually really heavy. So just gonna pour that half cup of olive oil right in there. And we're actually done with that because we don't need it no more. Putting the oil back away. It's actually really heavy. Taking my 1 cup of water. It's 1 1/4 cups of water. So, kind of just filling up my cupper. And then taking a measuring cup, taking it to a 1/4 cup. I don't know, would this be the same as a 4th teaspoon? I don't know. So, now taking my 3 eggs. These are extra large. It recalls for large, but I guess. Yep, dropping in 2 eggs. Dropping in my 3rd egg. So I like to rearrange the eggs. I'm actually really weird with rearranging my eggs. Taking I found a 4th cup. Taking a any wooden spatula and kind of just mixing it. I think I don't like using a mixer just because it's hard for me to mix with it, so I just like to use a kind of like spatula. And what I do is I kind of like turn it and kind of like fold it like you were folding something. So it's actually a really, see, and you don't make a mess that way. Just to get everything mixed in great before you start really stirring. Now taking my little cupper, it's actually just a Glad thing that I will be using to make my little bit of fudge, so stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to mix it up a little bit, taking a little bit of blue glitter with my Mickey Mouse things, and just taking a 4 teaspoons of the blue. Well, that's actually a little bit too much, so we're not going to be taking a lot of the pink. Just imagine maybe a little bit of the pink. Probably just put the same amount, but so I don't want to spill it, but turning in my glitter. Actually, it doesn't show up as well as I wanted it to, so I might add a little bit more glitter. Probably going to add a little bit more blue because the blue just stands out, and I like the blue better than the pink. Really weird to hear me saying that. So the batter is a little typical glittery, but I bet you when it comes out of the oven, it's going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious glittery. And the reason why I'm adding glitter is just for a look. Taking my cake batter and putting not a lot into my Glad thing. I don't even know what it's called, but taking about that much or a little bit more, just the right amount. Mixing the rest of this in properly, taking my pan, it's just an aluminum pan, and just slightly dumping that. Trying to get a lot in, but save some for the baker. Actually, I love to bake, so. So evening out my pan, waiting for the stuff to call me. Taking this and just literally putting it into the tiniest bowl I can find. I'm just going to use this chalk, I guess. Just taking as much as I can get out, or just taking a butter knife. This is kind of like a fudge recipe, so stay tuned. And if you're wondering what type of icing I'm using the cream cheese frosting, and we will be using more glitter. I'm making a video here, so precisely. For more of a tad bit flavor, taking not even a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is just for flavor. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. But I precisely wanted to add it, so I did. So now I'm just taking a butter knife, I guess. It's actually really good. Taking a 1/4 of milk, too. I don't like to use a lot, so I probably added a little bit more than a 1/4, but it's alright. Now just mixing in my milk evenly to turn this into fudge. Just gonna be a little surprise. It tends to not change up the flavor, but no. Pouring it back into my bowl. Just getting all the extra out, and the rest I will give to my brother. Nathan, you want a bowl? What?
You guys gotta eat something. I don't know what I have here.
I'll figure out something. I'll make a video on that too. So taking this little guy. I'm sticking it into the little freezer and approximately putting it in there for about 30 minutes. So now just going to clean up my area and find something to eat. Get my bag. So, just cleaning up any messiness that I made, and just putting it all the way back nicely into the fridge like how I found it. So the box says put it in there for doesn't tell me how. Oh, here it goes. 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, so my oven has been heated, so just putting that in there for 30 minutes and going to check it in about 15 minutes like a normal person would. Now taking a little bit from my bowl. I'll give it to my brother. The rest is not mine. This recipe is super easy. Sorry, this is the can opener. Whose is that? Yours. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Go. Okay, now I'm going to pick up some food to eat. I like to eat 2 to 3 things. Someone revive me. But depends on how many things I find. So I think we are going to make my homemade mac and cheese. It's a very easy recipe. I just have to ask. Hey, Grandma. Can I make my homemade mac and cheese? You need cheese and noodles. I made this recipe, and it's my own version of mac and cheese, except it's better than mac and cheese. I was wondering if don't buy. Alright, so what we are going to need is a bowl. Taking the bowl. And some noodles. Grandma, are you going to eat some? So taking some noodles. And a pan. And you kind of want more of a wider space in your pan so you can precisely mix and finely even. So taking my pan, just filling it up with water for the water to boil. Hey, and Grandma said, Grandma.
You're not supposed to be eating anything with that handle in your hand.
Remember you said get rid of your cheese? I'm using your cheese for you.
Right, Nathan?
So, just going to figure that out. I was making a part 2, so stay tuned.